I love fire. May everything that wants to come through and do what it needs to do. Hey Bookie, I'm Ree, and this is for the healthy hoes. Where we become shapeless, where we become boundless, where we become everything essentially by being nothing. When you're here, there's nowhere to go. And my love, there is no one to be. So, relax your shoulders. Unclench your fist. Roll your neck. You can finally exhale. While we're here, let's just take a moment to breathe a few times. Just to embody presence. I think it's storming. But we're going to breathe through the storm. Literally, figuratively. However you're feeling, just know that it is completely valid. However, energy is meant to be felt and then released. Therefore, let it take its natural course. Feel it and let that shit go. So we can return to center. So we can once again become the witness. I appreciate you so much for being here. You have no idea. I pray that whatever you're meant to see today, to feel, to find, I hope that it finds you. All right, let's talk. Let's get into it. Girl, I've noticed something about myself lately. I feel energetically depleted after social encounters. And I mean, the really good ones. Because I know some people are generally just draining. Like, that's just the facts of it all. There are some people who genuinely drain you. But then you have those encounters, those interactions that feel divine, like really good, like beyond language. I can't describe the goodness and the holiness felt from some of the conversations that I have. But I still tend to feel energetically depleted and drained after those interactions. And it's confusing as fuck because I love people. Like, it make me really be in my head. It makes me feel like, okay, what the fuck is actually going on? What do you not like this person, but you enjoyed the conversation? Because something I started to do a few years ago, I pay attention to how I felt after a conversation, after I hung with somebody, just to see, like, do I really fuck with this person? Do we really vibe? Does this person drain me? Because I found myself in relationships that really drained the fuck out of me just because we weren't on the same wavelength and I just couldn't give you what you needed. And that's okay too, but I really had to take a step back and realize that there was something huge that was under the surface that I just completely missed. When I'm in conversation, yes, I'm listening, but I'm also tracking facial expressions. I'm listening to the tone. I'm listening and feeling the shifts in energy. I'm hearing what's being said, but I'm also hearing what's not being said. And that takes a whole lot of motherfucking energy. For a while, I made that mean something about myself. Like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I be around people for too long? Why do I prefer to be alone? I felt broken, inadequate. I felt like I was not built for this world. Like I didn't belong in this world. Because the thing is, everything, everyone around us tells us that if being social isn't your baseline, something is wrong with you. If you're not out and about social, little Miss Social Butterfly all the time with the homies, with something is wrong with you. But it's just that some people thrive off being around other people all the time, and some people thrive, like me, off being alone in solitude. Solitude is my charging station. It's where I return to myself. It's where I reset. I'm seeing shit way different now. Way, way different. I feel like my shoulders up. Girl, put them shoulders down. Relax your shoulders. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, the world in general just gets so loud, and it's hard for me to find my place in it. It has felt difficult for me to find my space, my people. But I think we get in there. But in the midst of that, I'm like, well, fuck, am I too sensitive? Like, what's actually wrong with me? I'm saying now that I was never too sensitive. I was never too much. I was always enough. And I am just aware of people, of energy, of the subtle things that most people miss. Sometimes shit I consciously miss, but my body and my nervous system is picking up on. Sometimes I find myself not processing shit until after a conversation, until after I've left a place. Like, so many things happening around me that I really can't fully process it consciously, but my body is processing it, and it can be super overwhelming. But it also is my magic. So I need ample time to recharge, to return to my spirit, return to my soul, to reset, and return to my baseline. To be honest, solitude is a word that just gets tossed around without much context, but it is sacred as fuck. It has been used for centuries and centuries amongst spiritual traditions, religions. Like, it is an ancient practice that was used to return to your soul, your spirit. And it's not just being alone, it's a threshold between worlds. In Buddhism, monks would leave society to meditate in forests or caves, not necessarily to escape reality, but to be able to see clearly without distortion. 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 In early Christianity, the desert mothers and fathers often withdrew into the wilderness because they believed that solitude stripped away illusion and revealed shadows and divine truth. In Hinduism, seekers practice sannyasa. I think I'm definitely sure I'm probably butchering that. But during this practice, they renounced social identity to realize the self beyond ego, beyond identity. In Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be among him, would retreat to a cave right before receiving revelation. Needless to say, solitude is not absence, it's excess. It's where identity dissolves just enough for truth to speak. Solitude is a meeting with the soul. Soul literally translates to sun, life force, center, essence, truth. You are literally returning to your own sun. You are orbiting in your own energy when you decide to return to solitude. It's like this sovereignty is regained. You no longer see yourself as everyone else seen you or sees you. You now see yourself for who you are. This episode is sponsored by Daily Basis. There are so many supplements, but I feel like so many of them were not made for me, for women. Most daily supplements, even the popular ones, are one size fit all. They weren't designed around the menstrual cycle. Cycle Routine by Daily Basis was built because that gap actually exists. A daily multi-powder. It comes in 2 formulas: Replenish for the first half of your cycle and Balance for the second. 1 stick pack a day. Switch formulas when your cycle shifts between the follicular phase. I always trip up over that one. Follicular and luteal phase. That's literally it. And the thing I really want to be honest with you about is it's not overnight, but that's actually a good sign. That means it's building something that's real. As I've gotten older, I notice, and maybe it's just the awareness that comes along with the lifestyle that I currently practice and live, but during certain parts of my cycle, I be fighting for my life. And as a great listener to my body, I just know that that means there's an imbalance. So I'm really excited to see how adding Cycle Routine by Daily Basis is going to affect me. If you've been looking for something that actually makes sense for your body, then this is definitely worth trying. Visit dailybasislife.com/FTHH and get 25% off. This episode is sponsored by Mud Water. I pretty much always strayed away from coffee because I know I'm a sensitive girly. A sensitive nervous system, a sensitive gut. Sis be tweaking, but I'm officially a coffee girl. From Mud Water, that is. Their original blend is a coffee alternative made with cacao, chai, turmeric, and functional mushrooms like lion's mane and reishi. You get a warm, focused boost without the wired buzz or the midday crash, or in my case, the riled up nervous system, the BGs. And if you're not a coffee person, they also have matcha, turmeric, hot cacao, and even protein. Every single ingredient in Mud Water's products are certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. If you're ready to make the switch to cleaner energy, head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. And right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal. Up to 43% off starter kits, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use our code FTHH. That's up to 43% off with code FTHH at mudwtr.com. After you purchase, they'll ask how you found out about them. Let them know that For the Healthy Hoes are the ones who put you on. When we practice solitude, here's literally what is happening. 1, separation. You make the conscious decision to separate yourself, step away, and retreat to a space of divinity, of solitude, but I don't really like the word isolation, but physically that is what it is. You are separating yourself from others. You are pulling away from external output, people, noise, expectations, that moment of silence, of stillness, and often discomfort. It can feel like relief, guilt, even emptiness. Because the thing is, when you are constantly around other people, you're absorbing emotional frequencies. You are mirroring expectations without even realizing you're doing it. You begin to vibrate at a rhythm that is not yours. But what solitude does is allow you to return to your baseline. Your intuition gets louder. Your nervous system begins to regulate. And you see shit a little more clearly. Separation is the moment where you choose yourself as your primary environment, as your point of reference. Your spirit is your point of reference. Number 2, dissolution. This is where everything begins to blur. Identities dissolved, the roles you play, personality, like it all just dissolves, blurs. The versions of you reflected back by others, the emotional residue of interaction, it just all poof. It's raining now. I love the sound of rain. So good. So good. Dissolution is that uncomfortable in between space. Who am I when there is no one here to confirm it? Who am I when there's no one here to validate it, to reflect back to me? Confusion much. And number 3, pure potentiality, or a portal, whatever you want to call it. This is my favorite step or part of the process in solitude, because nothing is fixed. Nothing is bound to anything. There isn't a thing that is decided. It's just this vast field full of possibilities. Anything could happen. Everything could happen. Everything is happening because nothing is happening. It's the void. It's the thing that we're all so afraid of, feeling that emptiness, that nothingness. We are so attached to the tangible, something we can feel with our hands, something we can grasp. But when we are in this space of nothingness, it is also everything. When we are in this space of emptiness, it's crazy because I'm thinking this in real time. Like, it's such a paradox. It is everything because it is nothing. It is so full because it is empty. That's the void, where anything and everything can be created because the possibilities are infinite, limitless, boundless. But it's the space that we tend to avoid because we're so bound to the physical, to what's already here. So we don't give what has the potential to exist a chance, a thought, a breath. Pure potentiality is such a beautiful space in this process. And it's always here. We always have an invitation to the portal that is solitude, to the portal that is pure potentiality. It's always there. In this space, new identities can emerge. New truths can be chosen. And new creations can be received. However, nothing is forced. That's not how the universe works. That's not how the void works. Nothing is forced. It's just this beautiful field where we lack nothing because everything is possible. And then we flow into this space, number 4, of transmutation. This is where things begin to form, where they begin to take shape. It's like when that clarity drops in, where you're like, oh, shit starts to make sense. Things are now making all the sense. The ideas, the music, the art, the film, the thought, the idea. Did I already say the idea? But like that thing that we felt within us when we were in the previous stage, we couldn't quite translate it. We couldn't quite articulate it, but we felt it. It was a feeling. And now in this space of transmutation, the light bulb clicks on. We see it now. We can translate it. We can articulate it. We have the language, even if the language isn't words sometimes. We still have the language to carry on. We are formed. We are created in this space. Perception, insight, poetry, all the things have finally fallen through, are finally revealed in this space. Not constructed, but received. and translate it because you did the due diligence of connecting with your spirit. You know what it wants to say. You know what the next move is. You know who to fuck with. You know who not to. Like, you just know now because you felt it. It's like, aha, aha. And last but not least, the integration, the return, the embodiment. Your voice is clear. Your energy is rooted. Your nervous system is regulated. Your energy is yours again. You know who you are in this moment, and you don't need anybody else to validate it. You don't need anyone else to confirm it because you felt it. This episode is sponsored by Kickoff. Hi, friend. Come here. Let me tell you something. I know tax refunds are hitting bank accounts right now. Right now. But before you spend all of it, here's a quick way to use some of it to build your credit. If you need to boost your credit fast, Kickoff can help. They are the #1 credit building app in the App Store, and plans start at just $5 a month. No credit check, no hidden fees, and no interest. One thing about me, baby, when I was in them 20s, I was careless with my money. But as I've become an adult, a grown woman, I need to be well in all areas of my life. And that includes financially. And I'm excited to see how Kickoff is going to support me on this journey. Users with credit under 600 grow an average of 86 points just by paying on time. Credit bureaus see good behavior and your credit can grow fast. It's affordable, easy, and effective. Start building credit immediately for only $1 your first month. Set up auto pay so you never worry about missing a payment. You sign up in minutes from your phone, no credit check, no hidden fees. Start building your credit with Kickoff today and get your first month for as little as $1. That's 80% off the normal price when you go to getkickoff.com/FTHH. Get KIKOFF.com/FTHH. Solitude is a portal. It is a portal. A meeting with your soul, a meeting with your spirit is reclamation. It's pure potentiality. It's life before life. It's death. It's where old doors crumble and new ones are built, are born. It's where we dissolve all of this shit, all this ego identity, and we become something even like something we can't even articulate. Like, it's inarticulatable. But it's a first-hand encounter with your spirit. Like, it is literally access to your soul. Like, you always have access to your soul, to your spirit at any given point. That shit is wild. That is crazy. You just have to give it the space. Solitude is an incubator. It's fertile soil awaiting seeds for plantation. The deeper you lean into solitude, you realize that you are never alone. You begin to feel connected to everything. Because the truth is, we are all guided under one divine consciousness. We are divine consciousness. We are the universe experiencing itself. We're literally manifestations of divine. Divine wanted to have some fun. She was like, let me create this. That's why, like, the creative spirit is so close to God, because that's what God does. She creates herself. We are all reflections of divine, and we exist on this same plane of consciousness, of divinity, of spirit. And when you lean into solitude, you realize that you're never alone. We're all connected. You experience yourself beyond identity, beyond the roles you play. And you realize that consciousness itself is never separated. My leg is falling asleep. It's never isolated. Like, we're all a part of something. So, my love, take as much time as you need. Take as much time as you need. Whoever need to be mad, let them be mad. Let them be upset for the sake of your spirit and your soul and the return to the beautiful, intelligent being that you are. Let them hoes be mad. Let them be mad. Okay? And I want to let you know, me talking to me, but me also talking to anybody that needs to hear it. You are not broken because you require time to yourself, time with your spirit. You are chosen. Okay? You are chosen. I was having a conversation with my partner and like he blew my fucking mind. He was like, not everybody is trusted to obtain knowledge. Not everybody is chosen. That is a gift. That is a privilege. And in order to receive the divine downloads, so you can pursue whatever you need to pursue, so you can speak your truth and say whatever you need to say in this existence, we have to spend our time in solitude. We have to recharge. You're magic. And magic, baby, it has to rest. It has to be still in order for it to shine, in order for it to spark. It has to rest. It has to recharge. So you are not broken. You are very much alive. A physical manifestation of your spirit, of your soul. I know my spirit, and she knows me. I am embodied. You are embodied. Lay back in the cut. Just a little bit. As much as you need. As much as you need and as little as you need. And give your soul a chance to speak, to shine through. There's so much potential. There's so many things you couldn't even fathom beyond the identities that the world gave you. Reclaim your spirit. She is there. It's there, waiting for you. Okay? Okay. With that being said, my love, I need some water. But with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this conversation. I hope whatever you were meant to find found you. I hope you're revealed. I feel so much better now after getting that out. I always do. Be like bubbling and I be feeling it. And then when I get it out, it's like, okay, I can breathe again. But I'm sending you so much peace, so much love, so much abundance, and everything you need in this moment. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.